Hello and welcome to the show. Now you guys wanted to see me build a Mercedes 190e, so that is what I'm going to do. We're going to see how this car will fare at our Blizzard Mountain Rally course. Now, of course, the vehicle will be rear-wheel drive, so it's not quite going to be challenging the very top of the table. However, maybe you can get close to the Dodge Dart, maybe you'll have enough handling and so on to get near to that very, very impressively fast Dodge. We will start off with some snow tyres, as bigger rear tyres as we can. 285s aren't the biggest on this car, they're not too bad, and got to bear in mind there will be less weight to move around in the Mercedes than we had in the Dart, but yeah, they aren't the largest of tyres. We will have the Forza front aero. The rear wing is, yeah, I think the rear wing can't be changed. So hopefully there'll be enough downforce. I mean, it's a fairly mighty wing on the 190e. Hopefully there'll be enough from that to keep it all in check. We will be wanting some brakes. We will be wanting some suspension, or some off-road suspension. I mean, it comes with suspension. Otherwise, it'd be a very uncomfortable drive. And all of these bits and pieces. We are going to want a roll cage. Now, what we do next is conundrum. Now, what engines? Not that I'm going to swap the engine, I don't think, but what are... Oh, we can. Okay. We can get the 6.2 V8 into the vehicle, and it will still remain at the PI that we... our PI, or below our PI limit. Now, that is promising to me that we might be able to get some decent power figures out of this car, so that is what we are going to be going for. We'll see what we can do. Oopsie, didn't quite want to go for that. See what we can do with this standard engine. Now, maybe not go for turbos unless we really don't have a huge amount of option. I don't want crazy turbo lag going on in my vehicle, ideally. We saw the problems it caused with the Quattro, so if we can avoid doing that in this, that would be grand. We're probably, yeah, so we're not going to be able to get away with that. So the other, annoyingly, the 6.2 litre V8 is going to be a so much better engine. I don't really like changing the engines. I don't want to change the engines unless the standard engine can't get the PI. However, yeah, the other engine I think is a significantly better one. Now, it is a little heavier, and I will put these parts on. I'm just trying to get horsepower out of the car at the moment. We can worry about weight later. Yeah, that's going to have to kind of do on that front. Now, we have got plenty of little bits of odds and ends that we can work with to get that last couple of PI. Sometimes gearbox loses us some PI, but this already starts off with a kind of street level gearbox, so not something that we can do there. We can only get the full level of flywheel, not flywheel, driveline, and then we might be able to go and get a flywheel as well over here. We can get a flywheel in there too, and then potentially, let's have a look at a clutch. We can sneak in a level of clutch as well. Fantastic. It does mean we're not going to have any weight reduction on the car. I'm thinking that's just the way I'm going to have to go with it. If we start trying to take off this, it's going to... 8 PI, but that's not a huge amount of weight. Start trying to go for a decent amount of weight out of the car, and it is going to be a lot of PI, and then we really, really will be massively underpowered. So, yeah, we'll see how it goes. 443 horsepower. It's not the most powerful or most torquey. However, if we have the grip, we might be able to make use of the power better than some of the other cars that have gone around this course before it. So, we have brought the Mercedes to the Mountain Peak Scramble Circuit, where it is going to have 5 laps to try and beat our Dodge Dart. 128.3 is the target time from the Dodge, the fastest two-wheel drive car. Will the Mercedes be able to get even remotely near that? I don't know. I'm hoping for handling in this car. I'm hoping that this will be quite nice through the corners. It certainly shouldn't be a lunatic wheel spin machine like we had from the Focus last time out. So we should be able to find some grip in this car, and that might be where we can make the time up, because we're not going to have the power of the dart. We're not going to have the acceleration of the dart. Certainly we wouldn't if it was on tarmac. But on snow, if we can put our power down, use our 440 horsepower better, then that would be very useful indeed as we head up the off-piste twist, for the first time. We clatter our way across some rocks, which was less than ideal. It's a little bit of a wonky exit, slightly dodgy dismount down there. I may have missed the checkpoint. No, we must have brushed it with the back of the car. I'm liking it so far as a vehicle to drive. This is pretty good. In fact, we have got quite a lot of turn-in response going on from the car, and it's not too horrendously oversteer. You see, we're carrying really good speed, in fact, through Diabolica, although near wheel spin on the exit up towards Satellite we go. Can we keep it above 50? Yeah, just about. I don't think we can keep it above 60 like you can with potentially the all-wheel drive cars. 35.1 from a standing start is not filling me with confidence in terms of lap speed. It was scruffy in places. We shall have to wait and see. Bounce the car across the jump there. It's not really a full air time from the 190e, but it's a little bit better than some cars have done. Up past Rolvia we go with no incident whatsoever. Now, McRae, we were pretty quick last time around, in fact. Can we go any quicker? We can when we cut the inside of the... We didn't cut the inside? I'm amazed at that. I threw it in expecting to get a little bit of understeer, and we just don't in this. There is no understeer at all, and it went very well through that corner, because it's a lovely responsive car to drive, in fact, out here. I'm really liking it. I'm just not sure it's going to be quick. It's one of those cars, often, it's a weird thing you find, the difficult RC cars to drive tend to be quite fast, and the cars that drive absolutely lovely, like this one here is, tend not to be. It's a weird thing. I don't quite know how it all works, but it was certainly the case with some of the autocross builds that we did. Oh, I mean, it's 55 miles an hour, and it's really holding its speed well through these turns, but I'm not sure it's going to be enough. We will have to wait and see. I may change down one too many gear there. What speed do we get up to in a straight line? This should be an interesting test. A 30.3. Yeah, we're struggling lap time wise. It's 118 miles an hour. It's a couple of miles an hour down on the likes of the Focus. As doing 122, come to think of it. So it's a little bit lacking in straight line speed. It hasn't got the brutal power. It has got good traction. I mean, I'm really not worrying about wheel spin that much through most of this lap, which is nice. Got to try and make the most of the grip from the car. Not quite got it turned in as well to McRae this time around, although we are perhaps a little bit better on the exit and much better up the off-piste twist. Don't clonk the rock too hard on the inside is something that I am learning through there, although it's a little bit of a wobble on the exit. Never good having a wobble on the exit of a corner. Polestar Rock will not claim a victim this time around. In fact, not really struggling with the understeer, so I doubt we're going to end up out over there. And it's a lovely controlled manner through the next corner. The Kimmies hold no fear for the Mercedes whatsoever. In fact, Diabolica, I might have done it a bit wrong this time. Damn it, we had two previous attempts were lovely and fast. I just managed to knock my microphone as well. Hopefully you won't notice that one. Yeah, the two previous times were lovely and fast through Diabolica, and this time not quite so much. There's a little bit of a slide out of the final corner. It was, in the high 1 minute 30s. I'm not sure where we're going to find lap time in this car. Certainly not almost 2 seconds worth of lap time. Don't know where that's going to come. I'd like to get under the 1 minute 30s. I think we probably can do that, but much more is going to be asking a lot of the Mercedes, I fear, which is a shame because this is an absolutely excellent car to drive. This is perhaps one of the best, certainly the best handling rear-wheel drive car I've taken around this course by quite some way. It is absolutely excellent. Try and maintain that speed up the off-piste twist, which we didn't really didn't really carry the speed up there. I wonder if we are just struggling on that climb a little bit. Doesn't really feel like it's struggling for traction as such. Maybe we are just struggling for power there now. And next turn, we've been good around here all session so far, and it continues to be very, very good at that corner. A little bit more sideways than I would have liked. I'm just kind of trying to get speed, trying to access the speed in the car wherever I can to make some lap time. Around Diabolica again we go, this time running mere millimetres away from the fence, I suspect. But I wouldn't be at all surprised if the splitter caught it on the way through. Yeah, you could really, even though we've got relatively, you know what, it's not the most powerful car we've had, relatively powerful rear-wheel drive car on the snow. You can really position this exactly where you want it, but it's annoyingly not quick. It's just the way it goes with some builds in weird ways. Yeah, it feels like the best rear-wheel drive car I've driven here. It really does, and I'm throwing everything I can at it around this lap. I just can't get lap speed out of the poor Mercedes. Can we do any more on this, our final go? Throw it through McRae. We don't want to go too wildly out of control and end up smacking a wall, because that really will seal the fate of the Mercedes. We've carried more speed up the off-piste twist, although we have hit that horrible bump that was causing issues for the Focus, causes a little bit of issues for the Mercedes. Yeah, it's always important carrying speed everywhere around a lap, but especially up the off-piste twist. That is an easy place to lose a lot of time. Don't cock up this corner, having been doing it so lovely all day. Indeed, we do not. Okay, to the Kimmies we go with our 190E. It's so nice through these corners. It's just, yeah, not got the overall lap speed. We do run a little wide out of Diabolica, but not too bad, and hopefully got on the power nice and early to accelerate our way up towards the final corner. Try and maintain that speed as and where we can, and the dash towards the finish line. It is! Hey, we got under the 1 minute 30s. We did it. 29.9 from the 190E. It's a great car. Thank you guys for requesting this one. I have thoroughly enjoyed building it and driving it. The best two-wheel drive car I've taken around this course, without a doubt, in terms of enjoyment of driving it. However, it is not the fastest, and in fact it's not the fastest by, yeah, quite some margin. The 29.9 will put the car in to 11th place. It is about half a second down on the R31 Skyline. It's almost a second down on the RX-8. It does beat the Focus, the crazy, barely controllable wheel-spinning machine, the Focus RS that went last time. It beats by 0.3 of a second. And, yeah, that says it all, really. I'm not quite sure where it's losing the time, I'll be honest. If we were really struggling for straight line speed, if we were like 110 by the time we got stopped for the first corner, I could make more sense of it, but it doesn't seem to be struggling that much for straight line speed, so yeah, I don't know. I highly recommend it as a car to go and enjoy driving around Blizzard Mountain. Go and build one now and have lots and lots of fun with it. Just don't expect for it to be massively fast, which is a bit of a shame, but there we go. As I said, sometimes that's just the way things go. However, that is going to be it from me. Thank you very much for watching, and until next time, goodbye.